Let's talk about one of the most ancient, mystical, and powerful forces that exist in our universe, the moon. The moon is ever-changing, yet constant, a celestial body that has been a guide for humanity since the beginning of time. But it's not just an object in the night sky. The moon influences the tides, the cycles of nature, and yes, even your energy and ability to manifest your deepest desires. But have you ever wondered, why do so many people talk about moon phases when discussing manifestation? So what is it about the moon that makes it such an important part of aligning our intentions with the universe? The answer is simple and profound. The moon's phases mirror the cycles of life, birth, growth, culmination, release, and renewal. And when we consciously align our manifestations with these phases, we tap into a cosmic rhythm that amplifies our efforts. So, let's get into it. How can you use the phases of the moon to manifest your desires? The first thing we need to understand is that each phase of the moon carries a distinct energy. These energies are like doorways to different spiritual states. If we know how to walk through the right doorway at the right time, we can harness these energies to bring our desires into reality.
Click subscribe to this channel to get more profound spiritual lesson.
It all begins with the new moon. The new moon is a time of new beginnings, a blank slate. Think of it as the universe handing you a piece of paper and saying, what do you want to create? During this phase, the moon is completely dark, hidden from view. This darkness isn't something to fear. It's a womb of potential, a space for planting the seeds of your desires. This is the perfect time to set your intentions. But here's the thing, are you clear on what you truly want? So many of us think we know what we want, but when we dig deeper, we realize that our desires are clouded by fear, doubt, or societal expectations. So, during the new moon, take time to meditate, journal, and reflect on your deepest desires. What do you want to manifest? Why do you want it? How will it serve your highest good? Once you're clear on your desires, write them down. Be specific. Don't just say, I want more money. Instead, say, I want to attract $10,000 through my passion and creativity in the next 6 months. The more specific you are, the more focused the energy will be. After you've set your intentions, release them to the universe. Trust that the seeds you've planted will grow, even if you can't see them yet. The energy of the new moon is subtle, like the first stirrings of a seed beneath the soil, but make no mistake that seed is powerful. It holds all the potential for growth. So, are you patient enough to allow your desires to take root, even when you can't see immediate results? This is a test of faith. The new moon teaches us that sometimes the most powerful manifestations happen in the dark, quietly, beneath the surface. Now, once you've planted your seed during the new moon, the next phase is the waxing moon. This is where things start to get exciting. The waxing moon is all about growth, action, and building momentum. Picture that seed you planted, it starting to sprout, pushing its way through the soil, reaching for the light. But here's the catch, growth requires action. You can't just sit back and wait for your desires to manifest. You need to nurture them, feed them with your energy, your focus, and your effort. So, during the waxing moon, ask yourself, what actions can I take to bring my desires closer to reality? This is where the universe meets you halfway. It's not enough to set an intention and then do nothing. The waxing moon is a time for inspired action. Maybe that means taking a course, networking with people in your field, or creating a vision board. Whatever it is, you need to show the universe that you're serious. You're not just wishing for something to happen, you're actively making it happen. But there's more. The waxing moon is also a time to strengthen your mindset. Manifestation isn't just about doing, it's about being. You need to become the person who already has what you desire. How would you feel if your desire had already manifested? Would you feel confident, joyful, abundant? During the waxing moon, practice embodying those feelings. Feel the excitement of your desires coming to life. This isn't about pretending or faking it. It's about aligning your energy with your desires so that you're vibrating on the same frequency as the reality you want to create. As the moon grows brighter in the sky, so too should your focus and commitment. The waxing moon teaches us that manifestation is a process. It requires patience, perseverance, and trust. But here's the deeper question: are you willing to put in the work, even when the results aren't immediate? So many people give up on their desires because they don't see instant results. But the waxing moon reminds us that growth takes time. Keep nurturing your desires, keep taking inspired action, and trust that the universe is supporting you every step of the way. Now we arrive at one of the most powerful and magical phases of the moon, the full moon. This is the moment of culmination, when the moon is at its brightest and fullest in the sky. It's a time of illumination, celebration, and receiving. The full moon represents the peak of the lunar cycle, and it's during this phase that you may begin to see the fruits of your labor. The intentions you set during the new moon and the actions you took during the waxing moon are now coming to fruition. But here's the key: the full moon doesn't just illuminate your desires, it also illuminates anything that might be blocking you from fully receiving them. This is why the full moon can sometimes feel intense. It brings to the surface any limiting beliefs, fears, or doubts that are standing in your way. So, during the full moon, take a moment to reflect. What's holding you back from fully receiving your desires? Maybe it's a fear of failure or a belief that you're not worthy of success. Whatever it is, the full moon is a time to release these blocks. One of the most powerful practices you can do during the full moon is a release ritual. Write down anything you want to let go of: fear, doubt, limiting beliefs, toxic relationships. Then, under the light of the full moon, burn the paper as a symbolic act of release. As you watch the paper burn, visualize those blocks dissolving into the universe. Feel the weight lifting off your shoulders. The full moon is asking you to create space for your desires to fully manifest. Are you willing to let go of what no longer serves you? Because sometimes the very thing we're holding on to is the thing that's keeping us from receiving our desires. But the full moon isn't just about release. It's also a time to celebrate. Take a moment to acknowledge how far you've come. Even if your desires haven't fully manifested yet, celebrate the progress you've made. The full moon teaches us the importance of gratitude. When you express gratitude for what you have, you open the door for more blessings to flow into your life. So, during the full moon, celebrate yourself, celebrate your journey, and celebrate the magic of manifestation. As we come to the final part of this journey, let's reflect on everything we've learned. The moon, with its continuous cycle of birth, growth, culmination, and release, is not just a celestial body in the sky. It's a powerful spiritual tool, a cosmic guide that mirrors the natural cycles we experience in life. When you align your energy, intentions, and actions with the moon's phases, you're not just working on your own, you're co-creating with the universe. And that's where the real magic of manifestation happens. So, let's talk about what it means to fully embrace this process, to integrate it into your life in a way that brings about true transformation. Manifestation is not something that happens overnight. It's a journey, a dance between intention, action, and surrender. And the moon's phases represent this natural ebb and flow of energy. When you understand the energy of each phase and how it relates to your desires, you unlock a deeper level of manifestation that goes beyond simply wishing for something to happen. You see, the moon is always in motion, always evolving, and so are you. Your desires, your goals, your dreams, they are all part of this constant cycle of growth and renewal. Just as the moon waxes and wanes, so too do the energies in your life. Some days you might feel incredibly motivated and ready to take action, while other days might call for rest and reflection. The key to manifestation is to honor these cycles, to recognize when it's time to push forward and when it's time to let go. So this is why working with the moon is so powerful. It reminds you to be in tune with the natural rhythms, both within yourself and in the universe. Let's take a moment to look at the bigger picture. The new moon is the beginning, a time for setting intentions and planting seeds. It's the moment where you decide what you want to manifest, and you send that desire out into the universe. But it's also a time for deep reflection. Are you clear about what you truly want? Often we set intentions based on what we think we should want, rather than what our soul is truly calling for. The new moon asks you to dig deeper, to connect with your heart's desires, and to trust that whatever you plant now has the potential to grow into something beautiful. Then, as the moon begins to wax, you're called to take action. This is where the universe meets you halfway. You've set your intention, and now it's time to nurture it, to take steps that bring your desires closer to reality. It's not enough to just wish for something and then sit back waiting for it to happen. The waxing moon reminds you that manifestation requires effort. It's about showing the universe that you're committed to your desires. But more than that, it's about becoming the person who already has what you want. How would you act, feel, and think if your desires were already manifested? The waxing moon encourages you to embody that energy, to align yourself with the vibration of your desires. By the time the full moon arrives, the energy is at its peak. This is the time of illumination, when everything comes to light. It's a moment to celebrate how far you've come, to acknowledge the growth that has taken place since you first set your intention. But the full moon also shines a light on anything that might be blocking you from fully receiving your desires. This is why the full moon can feel intense. It brings up the fears, doubts, and limiting beliefs that are still lingering in the shadows. Are you holding on to something that's preventing you from manifesting your desires? The full moon asks you to release these blocks, to let go of anything that no longer serves you, so that you can make space for what's meant to come into your life. Finally, as the moon begins to wane, you enter a phase of reflection and surrender. This is perhaps the most challenging part of the manifestation process because it requires trust. The waning moon teaches you that sometimes the most powerful thing you can do is to let go. You've set your intention, you've taken action, and now it's time to surrender the outcome to the universe. Are you willing to trust that everything is unfolding in divine timing, even if you can't see it yet? This is where many people struggle. We want to control how and when our desires manifest, but the truth is, that's not up to us. The waning moon reminds us to trust the process, to have faith that the universe is working behind the scenes, even when we can't see it. So, what does all of this mean for you? It means that manifestation is not a linear process. It's a cycle, a beautiful, ever-evolving journey. The moon's phases reflect the natural flow of life, and when you align yourself with these phases, you tap into a cosmic rhythm that amplifies your manifestations. You become a co-creator with the universe, working in harmony with the energies that are always available to you. But here's the deeper question. Are you willing to commit to this process, to trust the cycles, and to honor the natural flow of energy in your life? Because when you do, everything changes. You stop trying to force things to happen, and instead, you flow with the universe. You trust that your desires are being guided by a higher power, and you allow yourself to receive all of the abundance, love, and joy that is meant for you. So as you move forward, remember this: the moon is your ally. It's a guide, a reminder that everything in life is cyclical. The more you align yourself with its phases, the more powerful your manifestations become. Trust the process, take inspired action, and most importantly, allow yourself to receive the magic that the universe has in store for you. Because when you do, there are no limits to what you can create.